Alright, I'm on a roll. We're going to do another video right now. So, we're going to talk briefly about knives. As I stated in another video, I'm not a knife guru. I don't know a ton about knives. This is not my full collection. You ask me about the steel quality and other things, and I probably won't be able to tell you. But I can tell you, I think everybody should carry a few things. Firstly, I think everybody should carry a flashlight. This is a Streamlight. Micro Stream specifically. I love this light because it's relatively bright. So 28 lumens, has about a 2-hour runtime, and it runs on a AAA battery. As you notice, it's also got a nice little double clip, so I could wear it on the end of a hat if I choose, or just in a pocket. And so it's really versatile, gives me a lot of options, and nighttime it goes pretty darn far. I can see at least 50 feet with this thing at nighttime. So it's a good thing to have. Another thing you should carry is a multi-tool. I don't have one to show you right now. It's a present that I'm getting, so that's kind of a give-me though, where I'm not going to say that's something you should always have with you. Something you should always have with you is a knife. A lot of multi-tools will help kill two birds with one stone when you get a knife, but there's better utility knives and other things that you can get out there. But a multi-tool is a nice thing to have if you can afford to carry it around. Obviously, your pockets are going to get really, really full if you carry everything. What I normally carry is this, a SOG Flash 2. This is a spring assist knife. Just a quick press of the thumb and it spins out and locks it up. It's got a safety on it as well. And what I really like about this knife, the locking mechanism is really slick. So basically you pull that down and it unlocks the blade, good to go. I actually really like the belt loop on this, because if you notice it's really wide out there. A lot of these have chewed up my belt, my pants over the years, so I'm really a big fan of the larger belt loops. This is one I keep next to my bed at night. It's just a cheap little stiletto I bought in Mexico. Where I live, they are legal, so it's not an issue. But it's worked since I was a teenager, so I've kept it, and it does very, very well. It's very sharp, good point to it, and quite honestly, it does what I need it to do, which is occasionally cut some miscellaneous item here or there. I just recently picked up this guy from a store called Blade HQ. They have a website, bladehq.com. I've never actually been to their store until recently. The people there were so nice, and even though I'm technically a knife novice when it comes to the metals and all that, they were very, very patient with me and answered my questions and let me see some really cool knives. I'm a fan of Cold Steel personally. Going back really fast, this is my Cold Steel GI Tanto. I got a really great edge on this. Love this knife. If you've played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, this is basically the knife that they use. Very, very tactical and it has a lot of utility. It's got that nice tanto point to it, so really great for puncturing and for cutting. You can also remove the handles. They've got a strong plastic handle on here that's just removed with an Allen wrench. And these guys you can then wrap in paracord or anything else that you would prefer. I actually like the feel of it though and the handle. And it comes with a really great sheath that's made out of Kydex. And it's got a super locking mechanism on it where the blade just does not want to fall out. So, I mean, you could potentially go running with this thing and it's not going to come off. And of course you've also got the extra snap on here. It does have a quick detach belt loop with a snap. So you can also rig it up to a basically anything you want. I kind of like setting it up on my chest rig and just wrapping it through the molly gear with using these little serration or slots here and some paracord. But that's a fun knife, and like I said, it's got a second kind of cool to it in a way, where it's cool because of what it does, but it's also cool because of what it looks like, and you know, the fact that basically it was in a video game or at least something similar to it. Anyway, going back. You can get pretty much anything you want, Blade HQ. They sell all sorts of amazing items, and recently I watched a show called Olympus Has Fallen with Morgan Freeman and Gerard Butler, and really great. Well, it was a good movie. It wasn't a great movie, but everybody in it had an out-the-front switchblade, and I've never really cared for him much, but after watching the movie, I'm like, you know what? That looks really slick. So I went and picked up this guy. This is a Lightning OTF, black and plain satin. The knife has passed several puncture tests. Basically, it's got a really solid locking mechanism. I've stabbed wood with it, cardboard, and various other items. And once it's out, it is locked, and it is solid. And the mechanism on it just goes and goes and goes. So it's got a lot of life in it. I asked the guy about the quality standard of it at Blade HQ, and admittedly there's a little bit of give in the blade, just a smidge as you can see. But the truth is, he's only seen 2 come back. One because somebody filled up the internal mechanism with Loctite for whatever reason, and the other one because the guy used it as a pry bar and it broke the tip off the knife, so they ended up grinding it, cutting it, and turning it into a tanto blade, which works as well. But basically, I'm not a huge fan of automatic out-the-front knives in regards to the cost. Microtech is a really awesome one, I'll give you, but upwards of $200 is just too much for a knife for me. I'm a gun guy. And so I was talking to the guy, and he said of all the OTF knives that are out there, this is the one that he would consider, because you can get this guy for, this one actually costs $35 at the store. If you get it shipped to you, it's going to cost more like $40 because they charge $5 shipping and handling. They also sell them with various blade options where you'll get one that's half serrated and then the rest straight. I prefer the straight blade for various personal reasons. Sharpening is much easier for one. But basically those are only $30 flat. And they all come in an array of colors. They have one that I like that's called the Bumblebee, where the handle is yellow and the blade is black. And that's kind of a cool thing. So this will probably be my carry more regularly. I love the SOG, and it's very, very, it has a lot of purpose and functionality to it, and it's been with me for years. But there's, like I said, there's just something really awesome about the out-the-front switchblade for this guy, and for the price, it was very, very hard to beat. So I'll probably be carrying this more regularly. You'll probably see it from time to time. Great, great knife, though, so far. It's done very, very well. I will say this. When I first got it, it was sharp, but it didn't have that razor's edge on it. So I asked if they'd sharpen it for me on the spot, and they did. And I ended up buying a sharpener that they were promoting there, and you can see it on another video. It's the Work Sharp sharpener, and it'll get these things sharp enough that you can shave with them. So I mean, they are just outstanding. It's an outstanding sharpener, and this knife went from being sharp to razor sharp. So definitely advise you to check out their website, and if you're ever in the area, go to their store. But yeah, great, great knives. Son just walked in the room, so you'll have to forgive me in the baby chatter. Coming up next, I will be showing you, let me see if I can get this in the shot really fast. This guy. Thank you, son. Pardon. This is a SIG 5560, and that will be my next video. So, till then, have a good one, and keep it real.